Hey guys, you are watching the In Third Person comic book show. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com, a website about video games, board games, comic books, and more. And today on the show, we're going to be talking about Wolverine, and more specifically, the death of Wolverine. This month, Marvel is running a limited series of comics called The Death of Wolverine, in which writer Charles Soule promises that Wolverine's actually going to die in this one. I know it's a little weird. Wolverine being a character with healing factor and an adamantium skeleton, it seemed like he would never die, but it looks like they found a way to actually kill him. Um, how would he get in this mess in the first place? Well, if you're looking for the start of this whole mess, you are going to want to track down this trade paperback, Wolverine Hunting Season. So, in this one, Wolverine gets into a fight with an alien being that is inhabiting other people's bodies, and along the way, I don't know if I want to spoil it too much. Okay, maybe it's a little bit of spoiler territory here. Something happens in that battle that takes away Wolverine's healing factor, and he, for whatever reason, cannot get it back. So, for the last few years in the Marvel Universe, Wolverine has been fighting without the healing factor, which has made him a little more vulnerable and a little more conscious of his own life. I'm gonna be honest though, like this book was kind of a dud. The art is and the writing for it just it didn't feel all that good. Like this was actually the first solo Wolverine story I ever read, and I was like, I don't know, is this good? Maybe it's just because I haven't really read the medium. And then I started reading some older Wolverine stuff, like the original Wolverine run by Chris Claremont and Weapon X, and he has those are phenomenal Wolverine stories. This, like, not even close. Uh, if you really want to know how Wolverine gets into this mess in the first place, go track down this book. Otherwise, like, just pass. Just know Wolverine's going to die. So, I mean, between then and now, there were a couple of other stories. I think the trade paperback Killable is involved there, and I think at some point they reset the Wolverine line between Marvel Now and All New Marvel Now. Most recently, the series that has been covering Wolverine and his impending death is the 3 Months to Die series. So there's 3 Months to Die. This one's a reprint, so the cover's a little different. 2 Months to Die, and then yeah, most recently Wolverine 1 Month to Die. So this was part of the mainline All New Marvel Now series, and in it, Wolverine is in a bit of a mess with Sabretooth. Sabretooth got this magical orb thing that whoever owns the orb can change what reality is, and he wants to change the world in a way where the world becomes all about being survival of the fittest. And Wolverine and a bunch of his friends are trying to stop Sabretooth from doing that. And all the while, Wolverine is further coming to grips with reality that he's not the guy he used to be. He can't just run in there by himself and do this because he probably can't, and he may not live through this. And he understands that whatever happens at the end of this, it's probably not going to be good. So this directly leads into what I believe is going to be the events of the death of Wolverine. I was in the comic book store recently, and I also saw there's a 1 Month to Die annual, which is, I think it's written by a different person, different art. It's got Jubilee and Baby Shogo in it. I'm not gonna lie, these Months to Die series, also not that good. I'm reading it because it's Wolverine, my favorite character, and he's about to die, so I just kind of want to see where this is going. But in the grand scheme of things, the art's okay, but the writing is just really stale and boring. So, gotta be honest with you guys, like, I want to see how Wolverine gets killed, but all this supporting stuff, not that great. Um, and in the grand scheme of things, though, like, current Marvel Universe, Wolverine hasn't been that good. I've been talking with JJ about it, and he's been talking to the people at his comic book store about it, and they kind of feel like Wolverine's been oversaturated, And I could see that. He, for a while, was on All New X-Men, and he's an Avenger, Uncanny Avenger, and he appears all over the place elsewhere. Like, I've been reading the Storm series, which, by the way, if you're an X-Men fan or fan of the character in particular, excellent. I love this stuff. Wolverine's in both issues so far, and on the newest run of Miss Marvel, Wolverine is here as well. This is, of course, Kamala taking a selfie with her and Wolverine. And I mean, the short strokes of this is Kamala's come to the realization, like, hey, I'm a superhero, I gotta do this, but I wish I had someone to teach me how to do this properly. And coincidentally, she runs into Wolverine, and she is taking him in as her sensei, although he isn't necessarily saying, yeah, okay, kid, I'll take care of you like I did Kitty Pryde and Jubilee. So that's that. I'm just kind of curious because, like, this is the second issue of 5, I believe, and Wolverine's going to die next month, so I don't know if he continues on here or at some point they acknowledge his death in this series. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out later this month with the death of Wolverine. And also, we all know, like, between us girls here, Wolverine's, maybe he dies, but of course he's going to come back. There's no way that Marvel is going to kill off one of their biggest cash cow characters ever, forever. That would just be ridiculous, right? So, kind of curious to see what they actually mean by death and what they do to bring him back. Or maybe they don't. I mean, other characters that have died in the X-Men series, Professor X is currently dead. They acknowledged, yeah, he was killed in Avengers vs. X-Men. I think most recently I was reading Amazing X-Men. I should have brought that book out here. Anyway, I was reading that, and the first story arc involves Nightcrawler coming back from heaven to the real world, and Professor X is just chilling in heaven. So he's still dead, and Jean Grey technically has been dead since New X-Men, although there's at least 2 other ones in the modern X-Men universe. It's complicated. And anyway, Death of Wolverine, September 2014. It's a weekly series starting this month. I will be reading those, and I guess we'll talk about those again at some point on the show, and hopefully they're better than all this other stuff, the Months to Die series and the main Wolverine hunting season stuff, because it's kind of sucks. So that is it for today's show. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, you definitely give it a thumbs up on YouTube. You can also subscribe to my channel on YouTube, which is youtube.com/JetInThirdPerson. And don't forget to check out the website, inthirdperson.com, for more articles, videos, and more on video games, comic books, board games, and just other stuff that happens to be going on in my life. Right now, starting to plan a wedding, and oh my goodness, weddings are so expensive. But I'll save that for another day. So until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you come back for the next one. Later!